Hello, I'm Anmol Kumar Goel, faculty for the Aviation Program at UPES School of Business. Today we welcome you for the inaugural episode of the Thoughtful series at Kandoli campus, UPS. We welcome Mr. Utpal Baruah sir, who is the Chief Airport Officer at Guwahati International Airport, which is one of the Adani Airport group. Mr. Baruah brings a wealth of experience and over 31 years of experience. He has been engaged in many airports like the New Delhi IGA Airport, Hyderabad Airport, Goa International Airport, Ahmedabad, and Philippines, to name a few. He has been a speaker at the World or at Summit in 2019 and 17 at Singapore and London. As a team member of the US Aviation India Corporation, he has visited Washington and has been recognized as a top influencer by the India Aviation magazine in January 2024. As a team member of the US India Aviation Corporation, Sir has visited Washington in 2022 and has been recognized as a top influencer in aviation in January 2024 by the premium magazine The Aviation Update. This series aims to provide the insights of aviation through the industry veteran and thoughtful leaders. And it had been no better than the guest which we have, Mr. Baruah, today along with us. Mr. Baruah has been a strong supporter to the aviation program and has been engaged extensively with the students of UPS. Today, we will discuss about the aviation trends and culture of aviation along with Utpal Baruah sir. Sir, we welcome you.
Thank you, Anmol, for giving me this opportunity to talk to you as well as to the UPS community. Thank you.
So, sir, can you tell me about your journey into the aviation industry and your role as a CAO?
It is 30 years, Anmol, 30 years now. I joined in November 1993 as an electronics engineer in Airports Authority of India. At that point of time, Airports Authority of India was not there. It was called NAA, National Airports Authority.
Okay.
And as a navigation engineer, now it is a part of the air navigation services. So my job was to operations and maintenance of navigational equipment, means how the aircraft goes from one point to another,
Okay.
all the infrastructure and facilities. So I was one of the team to maintain it. And later part, of course, it was different, but I started like this in 30 years back. And also one very interesting thing I learned there, the ground to air communication and ground to ground communication. This is called aeronautical fixed telecommunication network. So all those things I started working there. I joined in Civil Aviation Training College in November 1993. After my training, I joined Imphal Airport in Manipur.
Okay.
It was a small airport at that point of time. And thereby I have seen the evolution,
Yes.
how it was then and how it is now.
Very good.
And after that, I came to Guwahati. From Guwahati, I went to Tezpur for 2 years. And then I went to Goa International Airport. I was terminal manager there. I changed. I came out from engineering works to general management. I was terminal management, and I was the terminal manager means it is the custodian of the airport. And Goa, it's a very tourist place, very important. And that is why airport is also very important. And airport is very important. That's why I was also important. So I was known by entire Goa, to be very frank. And it was a golden era of mine. I learned how then airport is being managed or is operated. I was there almost 7 years. Okay. And then I quit Airports Authority of India and came to Indira Gandhi International Airport. Okay. That time transition was going on from AAI GMR Group Dayal, it is called Delhi International Airport Limited. Okay. And they were taking it over. And from there, of course, I went to Philippines, one airport, Goa kind of airport. It is called Mactan Cebu International Airport. I was working there in transition. Came back, I was in Hyderabad, heading the operations of GMR Aviation Academy. And then I became Chief Operating COO in Kannur Airport. Okay. Then GMR I quit in 2018. And then in 2019, or about 1 year, few months, I worked in Kannur Airport. Then it was Kannur International Airport. Mm-hmm. Then yes. International Airport in the North Kerala. Beautiful airport. I was CEO there, founder CEO. And then I quit there and I joined Adani Group. When Adani got all the 6 airports, for a period of time I was in Ahmedabad Airport, and then finally I went to Guwahati Airport as a chief airport officer, and now I'm there, managing and leading the team. And you ask me what is the responsibility of CA? Different point of time, different assignment and different responsibilities. And as a CEO, I have two responsibilities,
Okay,
Anmol. I have to take care of the P&L, okay, because it's a business now. Airport is no more a facility, it's a business.
very true.
So when you do business, you need to know what revenue is coming, what is profit. So I'm responsible for that. And I'm also the accountable executive for the entire community, including government regulators, for the compliance. So what are the compliances, what are the doables? We have a concession agreement. As per the concession agreement, what we need to do, whether we are doing or not. I am solely responsible for that. So this is what now I am busy in.
Glad to have you here, sir. Sir, as far as being a CEO, any problems you faced? Like there was a lot of challenge in the aviation industry which you have faced, and you think it should be every time addressed.
Oh yes, because see, CEO doesn't work by himself. He needs to have a good team.
Very
So first of all, my responsibility was to make the team right person at right place, right? So if the team works better, then your responsibility comes down, right? So by making the team was one of my important responsibilities. Another is the airport privatization. People are yet to take it easily because the background, civil aviation itself is not known to common people.
Very true.
And airport privatization, it is they are not, so all of a sudden when they come to know that this airport is getting privatized, so they react differently. Those who are aware of the global trend, okay, they are comfortable because they know that airport like Heathrow Airport and all, they are private airport, right? Run by private entity. Delhi Airport, Bangalore Airport, Hyderabad Airport, Mumbai Airport, it's run by private entity. But those who do not know, so they have an immediate feeling that why the airport is privatized. That means the private people will come and they will do the way they like, right? So this is a general feeling. So to change the perception of the people, particularly those who think negatively, it was my responsibility to do that. And for Ahmedabad Airport also I did it. The transition was led by me, and mind it, this is my 7th transition. First transition was Hyderabad Airport in 2008. I was at the 11th hour, I was a part of it. Then in IGI Airport, Terminal 1D. Then the big Terminal 3 came up in Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Then I went to Mactan Cebu Airport. I had to take it over. I was leading the planning team. And then Kannur International Airport, then Ahmedabad Airport, and then Guwahati Airport. So you say, I was invited to speak on ORET 2017 in Singapore. I spoke about that only, how the people needs to be groomed. True. The information can be shared, invariably, such that everybody knows what is to be done in the new terminal or new setup, when management change happens. That's what I have been doing it.
I feel, sir, it was not an easy job. Sir.
Yeah, it is not an easy job. I remember when the first talk of privatization was done, a team was even, gherao, you understand? So
yes,
it was
yes.
gherao in Hyderabad Airport, etc. It happened. But people realize that this is a global trend and we have to adopt it for the development, right? Let private people invest it, bring the airport to the global standard. It's important. Only the thing is, while doing this process, there is a robust agreement in between government and private entity, So, and if that needs to be followed, or it's a very strict terms, in terms of passenger airport service quality, you cannot compromise, right? In terms of service quality, you cannot compromise. So it is good. Only the thing is that awareness amongst people is not adequate. I'm talking about the common people who easily irritated, saying, "Arey, private ho gaya, chalo," So that kind of things. And we, in our group, in all the airport, we did seamlessly, and we firmly believe that the action talks louder, right? And I think it's working.
I completely agree, sir.
Yes.
I completely agree. Sir, out of curiosity, now this brings me to another part. How have you observed the aviation industry and the trends which are evolving into this industry?
Okay. So if you talk about the current trend of aviation, aviation is the future. Civil aviation is the future. Commuting one point to another, transporting one point to another, nothing could be better than aviation industry. It is one of the safest industry. right? And if you see the trend, first of all, in terms of if you ask about India, then I'll say that India has a huge potential. The reason being, if you compare China, China's population is hardly 15% more than ours, right? But their civil aviation travelers size is 5 times bigger than India. That is one of the examples I'm giving. Even many countries, many countries are before us, and now India has in terms of domestic passenger, India has the highest growth. It's the highest growth in the world. And apart from that, if you see the cargo, India is such a huge country, right? Second most populous country. But in terms of cargo, our share in the global cargo market is 1%. You see what is the opportunities has. And recently, means about 8 years back, 2016, we had a national civil aviation policy that is bringing a lot of changes in civil aviation. Earlier, we didn't have a very robust civil aviation policy. And now you often see that URAN, you must have heard of, right?
Yes.
URAN and all, URAN scheme and MRO facilities in India, right?
Initiative
And
by
all
the
these
Indian
initiatives,
government.
all these opportunities are like there. So now I think the trend is civil aviation in India or in a globe will emerge as a vibrant industry, and it's a very technology prone industry. Change is very fast, and it will contribute to GDP enormously. Otherwise also, if you see that civil aviation impact, economic impact on society, it is calculated out by International Civil Aviation Organization, the international regulator. It says if you invest $100 in aviation, it can produce $325 in the area it is connected by aviation. $100 is to $325. It also has calculated that in aviation, if you need 100 jobs, that means in that area 610 jobs are created. And these are not a product of out of any fancy mind. This is a research findings, right? So that is the economic impact of civil aviation. That is why government of India also wants all the small cities to be connected by URAN scheme, right? So since all the opportunities are there, even cargo also, perishable cargo in the northeast, perishable cargo has a big business. But so far we don't have the infrastructure. Do you have cold storage? Probably we didn't have it, right? Warehouse, we didn't have it. Logistics system, we don't have it, right? But now a dream is getting born in our mind, that why not perishable cargo? Something is produced, agriculture product in an interior place like Dhemazi, and but that will be picking at Dhemazi, but it will be cooked somewhere in Dubai, in the west, or in the Singapore, in the east. That could be possible. So perishable cargo market in the northeast and as a whole in India, cargo has a very big potential. So the trend is very positive. And if you talk about evolution, then I would say civil aviation as a whole, many people think that civil aviation started from 1903 after Wright brothers found the technology. It is incorrect information. Before that also aviation is there. Actually aviation started by again two brothers, Montgolfier brothers in 1783, right? And 1785 with a balloon, hot air balloon, English Channel was crossed. Civil aviation started from that time. But in 1903, sea change came because Wright brothers has established the technology which can carry a heavier than air through air, right? So, and after that, if you see now, look back, certain things you will see as a milestone. First is the World War One. अगर World War One नहीं होता, तो civil aviation would have not flourished so much. Right, lot of aircraft were produced, a lot of people were trained. Subsequently, they wanted to do the job, and that is how air mail started, and then passenger also came into being. And World War II gave a big boost, right? Bigger bodied aircraft, more powerful engine, right? Like that atom bomb was discovered there, it was to be carried. जो भी reason ना हो, World War II has given a very big boost. After that, if you see Anmol, you will find that open air policy, 1978, United States, that has brought lot of changes to civil aviation, lot of changes. That if you take that as a number 3. Then number 4 comes commercialization of airport. Before that, the airport was run by either government or by municipality or by both combinedly.
Oh, okay.
But it was not thought that an airport will generate its required revenue to run the airport. It was not there. So commercialization of the airport is very important, and its byproduct is the airport privatization. Right? World War I, World War II, then open air policy, commercialization of airport, and privatization of airport. And the latest trend, if you ask me, as a 30 years experienced person, I will see that digitalization is the current trend. Now the airports are coming with so much of technology, even the human intervention is very, very minimum, right? In one airport, in European airport, I was going to the security hall and I saw, "Welcome, Mr. Utpal Baruah." How it could trace it, I don't know. Maybe my boarding card. But technology has gone up to that extent. If you go and want to stand in front of a counter, it will say, "No, no, no, go to number 2. It will take only a few seconds." Right? And you see that that is, I'm talking from passenger's point of view, such that everybody understand. But adoption of technology is now tremendous, is enormous. There are some airports are coming where human intervention is really less. Some of the technologies in Delhi airport was also implemented 2010, long time back, 14 years back, like PAWA technology. PAWA is the public address voice alarm system. The system can take the decision of its own when in case of emergency, in case of fire, how we evacuate it. The technology will take the day, right? So now I think technological intervention and digitalization is the current trend. So these are the milestone. If I look back civil aviation as a whole, not as India, but as a whole, I can distinctly see.
Rightly said, sir. Because as far as I know, World War II has sowed the seeds for IQ.
Correct.
Definitely,
Correct.
sir.
1944.
1944, the Geneva Convention.
Geneva Convention.
Definitely, sir. Rightly said.
Before that also there, 1919, it is called ICANN. International Commission for Aerial Navigation, or Air Navigation, something like that. ICANN. Okay, 1919. So from there only PICAO, Provisional ICAO, International Civil Aviation PICAO, Provisional International Civil Aviation Organization has picked up the bath from there and came up with the new annexes. Now you know we have 19 annexes. Now ICAO regulates the entire 192 countries, and that is why the similar facilities, similar procedures, such that if you can operate an aircraft in India, you can operate in all 192 countries. So this is the uniqueness, and that is how I learned most of the aviation, the technical part in Intpal Airport. It's a small airport, but take me to any big airport. I know what is the function of DVOR, what is the function of DME, DVOR, localizer, glide path. All I know, because the technology, the procedures are same. You know it.
Yes, sir. Because we once upon a time we had VFR operations, and now we are good at IFR as well.
Yes.
So it has been a good journey, I believe so.
Yes.
Wow, sir. I am just overwhelmed with the information you have given me about the industry trends and the evolution. Sir, I believe you have interacted with our students a lot of time.
Yes.
So what is your impression of the School of Business Aviation Program and the quality of students which UPS gives?
Anmol, I think UPS is pioneer in aviation teaching. I remember way back in 2009 when you had a campus in Gurgaon, and I had a flavor of teaching or sharing knowledge, and I got the opportunity, first opportunity to get involved as a guest faculty. I have an appointment letter as a guest faculty during that time, and we started interacting with students. And I interacted with you also 2014 or 15,
14.
Right? 14. So that time, what I remember, civil aviation literature is very scarce in India. We don't have, right? So the main problem of rolling out a curriculum is the lack of literature. But UPS managed it, and what I found at that point of itself, that the approach of teaching aviation by this university was holistic, because rare subject like master planning, like again cargo business, all these things are not common. We don't have many courses, we don't have many opportunities of learning aviation in India. and so many years it's doing very well. So during that time, I used to one interesting anecdote. I used to tell student, ki, today you are my student, but very soon you will be my colleagues. So jokingly I said to inspire them. It was in 2009 and 2010. Many of them were my colleagues in Delhi Airport, Delhi Airport, because industry requires trained manpower. When I entered, I had absolutely no clue about aviation industry. At that point of time, it was civil aviation department was also a part of, I think, tourism department, if I'm not wrong. It was in growing stage. But now airports, airlines, ground handlers, and all other stakeholders, they need people who know the aviation, right? So, but in the market, it is very difficult to, very difficult to get. And there are a lot of academies, institutions are coming up. But what kind of education they are imparting is the main question, right? And there are many kind of courses, in aviation. Some are regulated courses you cannot do, you cannot certify.
Yes.
Director General of Civil Aviation will certify, you cannot. So I cannot say that I can do a pilot course. Can I do it? No, I cannot.
No.
Right? Those are regulated courses. Can I do a screener course? No, I cannot, because Bureau of Civil Aviation Security will certify it. I cannot do that. So those are regulated courses, but there are a lot of semi-regulated. For example, how to handle airport finance, right? How to handle non-aero business at airport, how to handle airfield, how to maintain. You are from airfield background, you worked in Mumbai Airport, right? And Mangalore Airport.
Bangalore Airport.
So you know how NX14 gets implemented there, right? So all those are also to be taught as a theory in classes, right? At that point of time, 2000 up to 2015, I was coming here and I was teaching airport planning and management. That is how I met you first,
Yes,
right?
sir.
This is a very good one, and I often find many of the university products are doing amazingly well. Okay, they are my colleagues, and some are in Canada, some are in Middle East, and some are doing their own business, but all are doing well. And it is because they knew the subject in totality. Holistic approach was there, and like you, Professor Raju Sarkasat, I have been in touch for last 12 years, Dr. T.V. Raju, and that point of time at the beginning, Mr. Gandhi was there, I was in touch.
Yes.
So with industry, I think university is going hand in hand. That is one of the reasons. One of the reasons this course is becoming very effective, very fruitful. UPS product in aviation management, people look with respect. That's a great deal. And what I feel, the industry relationship or industry association with the university should be more intense. People should go to see how the theory gets implemented in practical. It is very important.
Ground reality.
NX14 you can teach here in the class, but how it gets implemented, what is the DGCA compliances, how it is being done, how it is ensured, ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization standards and recommended practices after getting converted into civil aviation requirements at airport. It is very important to know.
And the implementation
part. Correct. So that is why faculties also from aviation background, if you can introduce more, it's good. It's good. But see one thing, knowing something and sharing with the student is not the same thing, right? So he or she should be very good in sharing the information and raising the curiosity amongst the mind of the students to know the subject. It is very important. So if you keep that one, I think MBA Aviation Management of UPS has a very bright future. And particularly whenever I go for interview and I know he has a UPS background, I look at him with respect, because I know how it is being done here and how much of industry exposure you try to give. So these are the good things. So I think now, except that IIM course, I don't know the curriculums of it. In any places, you are far ahead of it. That's what I feel about this course and about these products. Products are good products. You are also product of UPS and now teaching here with industry experience. Is always better, na? So you know how the airfield is, how the SI is maintained, how the strip is maintained, na? How are the different kind of taxiways, how it is being operated. That is very important. You can teach from book what it is, but you may not be in position from the book to tell that how it is being ensured at airport. And a good product should know both the infrastructure and the operations, right? Both, if you can bring it together, you need not look back. Quality education in aviation in India is scarce, right? There are a lot of institute, they say may hum log ye karte ho, crew training karte hai, AME karte hai, but those are not full information, they are half information, because the certification cannot be done by those institutes, only regulator will be doing it, right? So your product is apt for what my observation is, from airport, from airlines, from ground handlers, cargo business, and all other general management. Operations and management is not the same. Management means finance management, right? And commercial management. So your product is have adequate exposure in these subjects. Even airport design. So correct. So you have the exposure. So it's a good thing. You cannot get a that kind of persons in the market. That is why airlines and all, while they are recruiting people, they are novice people. They don't know vanilla, right? When I was working with GMR Aviation Academy, then we rolled out a course called CAO. That is certificate in airport operations. Okay. So we bring the content of airport management, airport operation, content of airlines operations, and content of ground handlers. Okay. All the three we combine in, and we roll out the course. Believe me, many people used to get job before completion of the course. An organization, airlines used to tell us, can we pick up so and so, and we will send them for writing the final examination. Would you like to give this permission such that they get the job and also they get the qualification? Why? Because in the market you don't have that kind of product. Quality education is very, very scarce. And getting exposure at airport, how can you do that? You tell me, which airport will allow your student to be inside? It's very difficult. It is very difficult, right? So if you can organize good internship with airlines, like the operators can do, like GMR can do, Adani can do, right? Or operators have that opportunity. Airport operators. But other institute and academy, it is very difficult to get, correct? So if you can bring both the content, theory and this practical, then it's a good course. And literature, right now literature is not available in India. For example, security now. If you want to teach security and want some literature, that literature will be only from United States talking about TSA, right? Yes. You won't get it in India here, right? So then how you will give the decision? These are the challenges. So people like you should come up and we should author some books about airfield maintenance, about terminal maintenance, okay, about quality management, what is ASQ, how it is being done there. Even many air passengers, they don't know about their rights, about air charter. Tell me, Anmol, how many people know about it? Very less. Sir. Very less. Very less. Correct. So all those things, that awareness should come first. And you asked me about the program here, curriculum here. I'm very happy that they're doing well. Only my suggestion is to bring industry content more. It will make your course even more flourished. Well taken point, sir. Yes, we will definitely look into it, and definitely I am going to tell you that we will ensure that good quality products are also maintained more. Yeah. Sir, so as a part of the aviation program at UPS, students definitely go for a rigorous process where they have been given an internship at various airports. Right. So how do you feel that this internship is beneficial for the students in the aviation program? Yeah, this is without a second thought, because I have already said that the theory and practical have to be together, right? What you are teaching is fine. It's a theory. They know it. Okay, this is how it needs to be done. But at site, how it is being done. So that is very important. So internship actually enriches the curriculum, enriches the course, right? That you are a certain period of the course will be internship. And while interview and all, when a person says that, yes, sir, I have already worked in AOCC, I have already worked in terminal management, I have seen the airfield, you have an ace, right? So that is why internship and theory part, classroom teaching should go hand in hand without a second thought. It's important. Yes, sir. I also believe. I think your students are going, every batch is going to different airports. Yes, sir. Right. So most of the students of our batch, they have gone to the different airports like
Most of the Adani airports they have gone to. If I talk about the Guwahati International Airport, I talk about the Trivandrum Airport or maybe Lucknow. And even though they are placed there as well, because the kind of quality UPS is producing, I believe we are at par to match the industry standards for the aviation as well.
One thing, Anmol, giving the opportunity is the responsibility of the university, and responsibility is a part of the course. But how much he or she learns, you cannot control it, right? That is why even after getting adequate exposure, someone cannot be coming up with the required KSA. We said KSA, knowledge, skill, and attitude. All that is three. It is individual endeavors. Somebody will learn more and will come up successful in an interview, somebody may not. But giving opportunity to learn is the responsibility of the university and a part of the course, right?
Yes, sir.
Good, it's a good job done.
So it was a nice talking to you, sir, regarding the internship. So, sir, I would like to know what qualities are essential for the success of the aviation program, and as a part for the success of the students, what advice do you have for our students?
Suggestions, not advice, suggestion. What I have seen, Anmol, aviation industry is a fast changing industry. It's a technology prone industry. That is why those who want to remain here in this industry, they should be adequately aware of what is happening in the globe, in the industry. If you are there and you are sufficient that you have got a job and now nothing to learn more, then one day you will find that you are fit. Okay, you are obsolete. So that is why keeping abreast of the development in aviation is one of the very essential qualities. Those who are very curious to know what is happening, where is happening, how it is happening, I have seen they can excel very well in this industry. And apart from that, you are asking me what qualities required. Now, among all the qualities, two qualities are very essential. One is the affinity of mind towards technology. There are many people who are saying नहीं कंप्यूटर मुझे नहीं आता है, मोबाइल मुझे नहीं आता है, ये गैजेट देख के मैं डर जाता हूँ. It is detrimental, right? You need to have an affinity to learn new things, new technology. It will help you excelling. Another thing is airport is such a business or such a facility, such a place where airport operator doesn't do anything. They have to get, but commitment is theirs, right? If you see airlines does it, ground handler does it, security agency does it, right? So your mind, your quality or your affinity towards stakeholder management, effective stakeholder management is very important at airport business, right? If somebody wants to remain in airport management in the long run, they need to have an affinity towards stakeholder management and a bent of mind towards technology. It is very important. And besides KSA, okay, knowledge, skill and attitude, anywhere you are in the aviation, ICAO says these three things should be there. One is knowledge, what you are doing it, adequate knowledge about the subject, the skill. If you are an operator, you should operate, right? You cannot get it done by somebody else. So that skill and the attitude towards it, whether your mind is ready to learn new things or not, attitude, right? As a part of the industry, I think these are the qualities. This quality may take you forward.
Rightly said, sir, that the adaptation to the new era and I talk about the trends, that should be the curiosity part of the students so that they can adapt to the changing
new environment,
and that they can fit into the industry well.
Correct. Yeah. Changes will keep coming, right? Whatever changes come, you have to embrace it. That is important. Learn new things and embrace it. That is important.
Thank you, Mr. Baruah, for sharing your thoughtful experiences with us today. Your insights were very valuable, and I thank you for your continued support to the aviation program. And I'm a firm believer that this podcast will definitely start a new era for enriching the student experience with the industry leaders. And we thank you wholeheartedly. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Anmol, for giving the first opportunity to me to talk to you as well as the vast community of UPS. I'm thankful to you as well as to the university. Thank you.